welcome to Sabor Astrology, a podcast for the soul. Today we'll be talking about the current cosmic energies. And I'd love to pass la taza to T for the transits of the week. Welcome, T.
Thank you, Shay. Hi, everyone. So let's get to business so we can talk about these transits, okay? We're talking January 10th to 16th in this new year of 2024. And the first thing I do want to talk about is Mercury enters Capricorn. And this is Mercury, your personal planet of communication, correspondences, siblings, young people, your local community living in the third house. And that meets Capricorn, who's ruled by Saturn, going inside there. And Saturn is known for holding us to the task and reminding us of our responsibilities and of time factors. Time is so important to Saturn, and Saturn takes its sweet time. So Capricorn is the planet, earthy, cardinal, and it does usher in the new. However, it does so after it has planned and possibly have gone without. Capricorn's not afraid of depriving themselves for a while until the timing is right for them to achieve their goals. So Mercury goes into a state of holdup, and that, according to Saturn, is exactly what you need in your endeavor or your project, which needs to prosper. Want to add anything on to that, Shay?
Yeah, it's the slowness that comes with the mind. There's like this pausing. And the flavor that I'm getting here, it's like chamomile tea, like slowing us down, slowing the processes of thinking, of what we're saying, of our communication style in a way to help us, almost like help us with our nervous system. I feel here. One becomes more calm in our mind and thinking and a little bit more slow and be beneficial in thinking through things rather than jumping through hoops to get to point A to point B. So we're thinking through. There's this appreciation for wisdom that is bringing us new information, that can bring us old information that we can kind of see and kind of sift through. It's almost like we have a folder with all these little compartments and we're looking through all of them, pulling out old receipts, putting in new ones, and really stabilizing, organizing. Also with communication style, it becomes more about gaining and sharing knowledge. And this is deep knowledge, not old knowledge that can come in for us. Also, we can really enjoy things like essential oils and things that have to do with plant-based that we can kind of calm our nervous system because the mind is connected to the nervous system and to our spine, our head, so it can calm those things down. For instance, I love mint essential oils, so that's what I'm using to calm the mind down.
Perfect, perfect. So the first transit we're going to talk about today is Venus in Sagittarius, trining Chiron in Aries from the 10th to the 12th. And what I see is that, Venus is in her largesse, right? In Sagittarius. She's generous, she's loving, and she's devoted. These are all expanded in Sagittarius. And she trines Chiron, who some may feel is that they're being plagued by Chiron and Aries, which is all about the self. Right? So it's like questions come up like, who am I? Why was I placed in this situation? Why is this happening to me? Why did this happen to me? So these are all questions, and I see them with a twinge of the fiery red color of passion, with Venus being there. However, they may be the flaming arrow of love or the irritating redness of an allergy. Which is it? To know thyself in Chiron and Aries, and whether it's that irritating thing or it's that passionate thing that you've wanted to happen, both need your attention, and Venus helps you to do that in a very loving way. So that's what I have for that
I
transit.
love the red color to symbolize Venus here. And again, it goes a little bit back to what T was mentioning. Is getting to know oneself, getting to know others, but also getting to heal and understand what it is that we already have healed now that we can move forward. I don't feel we should all stay behind in the past. This is like right now initiating some sort of moving forward here with our healing. And for some, this can show up in healing of the feminine, of the womanhood, even of relationships with women and how we view women or the feminine in general. So working with that and thinking about how does that play a part in our life right now collectively too. And what is happening around women now in this current society that we can probably process and think about for improvement because there's so much going on behind the scenes. And we always talk about behind the scenes with T because there is always something behind the scenes. And this is why we're here to kind of talk about what's behind the veil. So I hope this transit can help us figure out those things that presently we can focus on for healing with Chiron being there.
That's a whole other podcast in itself, Shayla. That's separate. I mean,
Yeah,
that you can really talk about what's going on with the women in the world today,
yeah.
and where we've come from and where we're going. So I'm glad you brought up that larger, idea of the divine feminine.
Mm,
So the second transit that we're going to talk about today is Mars in Capricorn trines Jupiter in Taurus. And that's from the 10th to the 13th, going on actually almost about the same time as the previous transit. So what I see here is just kind of short and sweet. It's planning for what you deeply desire is blessed, is blessed. This is
mm,
an opportunity that comes from the generous planet of Jupiter that is sitting in Taurus right now. It's hanging out in Taurus. So think about home, think about possessions, money, things that are going to be long standing. We're not talking about that quick fix. I'm seeing it more as something that's going to last for a while. While this may sound shallow, I got the thought of that sofa or that bed that you've had your eye on and that you've been saving for, that it may go on sale like suddenly, and there, boom, there it is in your living room or your bedroom. I mean, this is that kind of a sweet transit. So that's what
mm.
I have, Shay.
Yeah, it's sweet, it's abundant. Enjoy it. I feel like this can really help us this week to ground and to really stay focused on what is around us that we already have available that can help us, that already is helping us, and we're not realizing it. So work with it, work with it every morning. I would say wake up and say maybe a couple words to yourself or to your day about your own abundance here and all you have in appreciation and gratitude.
Gratitude. I love it. You're
Yes.
right. Third one is Sun in Capricorn, Sextiles Neptune in Pisces, and that's from the 14th to the 16th. And the only image I got with this one was eating a sweet slice of cantaloupe of all things, right? So like and like operative word is sweet here.
Mm,
So first we imagine making sure that the melon is ripe, right? The timing is ripe. The sun in Capricorn is showing that the timing is right here. Then we slice through the melon, and then we probably need a couple of minutes to scoop out the seeds, right? So think more growth for the melon, right? There's more growth when you take out the seeds and then you may, replant them. And then we cut into the slices or we scoop out little melon balls, right? But we know that we're gonna eat this thing and we're gonna enjoy this. And as we're preparing it, like we're daydreaming about how sweet it is. It's like, oh my God, maybe I want to just take a chunk out of it before I even get rid of all the seeds. I don't know. That's where the imagination boost comes in as we take steps. In this case, this is eating melon, which
mm,
is, symbolic for whatever that sweet thing is that's in your life. Enjoy it while it's happening. It's not about getting to the quickness at the end of it. It's like, oh, I ate it. No, no, no. It's like enjoy the process of picking out that melon, cutting that melon, smelling it, all of those things that come with it. So that's what I have. Food on my
mm,
mind.
that's so sweet. It just reminds me of the summer a little bit here with the sun rays of the sun here just beaming and us being able to eat the sweet fruit. And also it brings this aspect of again, like I have this plant at home right now, and it's a seasonal plant. So it's usually like after season it dies and then it is dormant and then it wakes up again. And right now it's growing these little buds. And I'm like, where did they come from? So it's like the no matter, even though it's winter right now in the eastern coast here, and it's really cold and it's kind of dreadful sometimes, the sun is still beaming. It's still beaming through the window so much that this beautiful plant can grow little babies, can grow buds, right? And reproduce itself. So seasonal. So that's just a symbolism that's coming up for me as I'm thinking about the sun in sextile with Neptune. It's almost like, wait, where does this come from? So Neptunian, right? It's coming from spirit. Is it coming from the air? Is it coming from the resources that are around the sun, right? So and I'm just like every time I see a bud, I'm just like so happy. And like it just feels like a dream. It feels very beautiful. With this transit, we can also think about the arts. Like how can we incorporate the arts now? What is it that we want to do that's maybe and art can mean so many things for so many different people. So I don't think it's like taking a paintbrush and going at it on a canvas. This can mean other ways to implement art in your life and beauty. So really enjoy these transits, nice and sweet. It gives us opportunity to kind of rest before we go into other transitions in the cycle.
Beautiful, beautiful. The next one is Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces, and that's from the 15th to the 17th. So here again, we have placements that may seem to keep us on hold, but it depends on what you want to do with your time, how you choose to spend your time while you're feeling like you're being held. There are different ways to do it, right? So that we're not feeling like we're hostage, like nothing is going our way, right? It's like this is a couple of days of an opportunity that you have to reach out for, rather than expecting something to drop into your lap. With Saturn and Pisces, there's a tendency, this is an opportunity, I'm going to say it, as a time to deepen your beliefs. And I'm thinking spiritually, right? Because Pisces is of the spirit. And also it's an opportunity to be generous with others and to share your experiences with others as you empathize with them. So this is a very kind communication is how I'm experiencing this as I'm looking at it, right? We're talking, right? Mercury is talking. Mercury is bringing, going into those archives in our brain of like what we experienced and how can we help another person with it. So that's what's coming to me. That's it.
Beautiful. It's very practical. It's like grounding the thoughts, right? Grounding our imagination in one way or the other. And this can also bring an essence of seriousness a little bit and like figuring out where to be serious or where to bring in more practicality. Learning can be really helpful for us where we can stay focused. So if we're learning something or we're reading something or we're experiencing something that helps us with our knowledge and our thinking, if we just focus on that point, we're able to then, I guess, make more and better informed decisions. And I apply this back to Capricorn season because this season is really bringing in a lot of powerful movement for all of us. It's really catapulting us, move, do in a way that is for our higher vision. So just thinking about this weekly transit in connection to Capricorn season, it gives it a window to, to move forward, to partner up with people, not feeling that we're alone in the process of what is the bigger picture or the bigger thing here. And Saturn is kind of supporting that, maybe bringing in more people that are full of wisdom, that are coming in to help us and concretize our plans and our ideas. And then here we have Capricorn season, which is like we're going to move forward and that's how we're going to do it. I feel like there's a sense of commitment that we're all ready for. And if you're ready for it, then go ahead. If not, take some time to think about it and process and plan. But yep, is we're ready to kind of move forward into something that we have already wanted to do for a long time.
And the last one we're going to be talking about here today is Venus in Sagittarius conjuncts Mercury in Sagittarius. So, and that's from the 15th to the 17th. Here I'm seeing that Venus is about to speak her truth out loud. It's like, what do you need? What do I need? How can my needs be best stated so that others can hear my message, right? No one needs to be hearing me yell what I want, right? That's like the last thing a person wants, right? Or it's like me, what is my desire? There's like an opportunity to be calm, to be truthful, lean toward gentleness as this transit plays out, because we all want things, right? We all want things, but how is it that we go about them? We've just been talking about, the week of Capricorn here, the month of Capricorn, planning, doing, taking action. Well, we need to speak what we need out into the universe. Our actions also are like the underpinning for this particular transit, because that's what we're all about in Capricorn this month. So that's what I've got.
Mm. And it's like you can think about Venus as you. We could be a representation of us, of who we are, and then Mars, another person, another thing in our life that is coming in with this fiery, passionate chatter conversation, having this deep conversation, where we can hold space to really enjoy our friendships, our loved ones, and I'm getting our like different cultures because we're speaking about Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the explorer, the one that goes on a boat for months at a time and just explores the world and different cultures. So I'm seeing here appreciation of culture too. Maybe there's a person from a different culture that you appreciate them and they appreciate you, and that there's this connection, there's this conversation about it. And just overall, right now, just where do we stand in our passion and our action? Where we want that to live and exist for us. It's fiery, it is fast, but it is also a time to, I would say, to sit down and have good conversations to help us figure that out for ourselves.
Perfect. Well, that's what we've got for you this week from the 10th to the 16th. And have a happy week. Have a fruitful week with all your planning and all your manifestation. For myself, I am open for consultations. Sign up for my Graciela La Gitana blog posts that are on, you can go through my website, teresavarela.com. And that's what I've got. Shayla.
So as usual, I have the Rose Clinic this Friday from 12 to 6 p.m. I will be linking that information down below. And I will also be doing a collaboration with Dr. Emily Grace Acupuncture on January 19th. We'll be incorporating free ear seed treatments and tarot readings. So I will be linking that information down below. And I'm also available for consultation, readings, and online sessions, in-person sessions in New York City. And thank you everyone for watching. Remember to head over to Patreon for exclusive content, case studies, and more. And con mucho sabor, Sabor Astrology. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Sabor Astrology with T and Shay. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.